Hello friends, and welcome back to the next video, and this is the last video of this course, and I'm very thankful that you have went through my course, and hopefully this course has bring some value into your day-to-day work. Now, since this is the last video of this course, and our last video will be based on presenting the documents and the results and the findings to our stakeholders. So the idea would be is that we will ask ChatGPT. So we will share our results, everything, and we'll ask ChatGPT if you can write like a 2 to 3 page of a report or some kind of abstract or conclusion, so that we can share with our team, with our maybe as an assignment in the school or college, or maybe your manager has asked to create the report on that. So before even we start writing the results and the documentation part of this project, what we will do, let's summarize what we have learned so far, what we have done in this project. Now if you can see my screen, let me increase the size, let me increase it further. So what I have done is to write the results and the steps what we have done. So let's start with first thing. We know that in our data set we have 10,886 rows and 12 columns, and some of the pre-processing steps what we have done. We found couple of our columns have null values. So for example, numerical column called count had two null values, and their null values have been replaced with the mean value. And similarly we had the a missing value in the categorical column called holiday, which we replaced with the mode value of the column. Then secondly, we know that we found that in our target variable count, the distribution was right skewed, and then with the help of our ChatGPT, they suggested us to convert that column into a transformation with a log one, and that's a thing which we did. Now when we did our data visualization task, we found some interesting insights. One of the insights what we found is that sales of the bike per hour is always increased between temperature 15 to 32 degrees Celsius, whereas sales are typically low when the temperature is less than 7, or maybe greater than 35 or 40. Similarly, we also found that there are 4 seasons in our data set, and season 1 has the highest number of sales. Season 1 has the lowest number of sales, whereas season 3 and 2 were the highest sales for our business. It might be a reason that the reason why season 1 has the lowest sale, maybe because of the winter season, and whereas season 2 and 3 would be more like a spring, pleasant summer season as well. Now, and there is a correlation with the month of the year, so sales have shown an increase in the pattern from month April to October. And similar thing what we notice is that sales are typically high between 6 to 8 a.m. or maybe or 4 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon or evening, and it might be due to that a lot of students and the working professional, they are renting out the bike for commute or transit to their respective college or office, and that could be a reason why we see a higher sales compared to the other time of the day. And the last thing what we saw, that working day and non-holiday has a relatively little higher sales as compared to non-working day and the holiday day, but still the pattern was not very conclusive. So we saw that there is a slight increase or in the sales for working day and the non-holiday days, but it's not very something which we can confidently say that this pattern make a lot of sense, but we didn't find any conclusion on that. Now once we completed the data visualization, data exploration part, the next thing what we did was the feature engineering. Now in the feature engineering, that we had like some of the categorical columns like holiday, season, working day and weather. So we have converted into a dummy variables using one hot encoding. Secondly, as we know that we found the target variable count to be right skewed, and we transform this column in using log transformation. And one of the column in the data set has a date time column, which has a date as well as the time values. So we extract the hour, month, day and year from this column. And then finally we dropped some of the the columns which was not required, which was registered users, casual users, and the daytime column. So once we were confident about the feature engineering step, the next step what we did is to prepare the data for our machine learning modeling. So we went with a very standard traditional way of splitting the training and the testing data into 70 and 30 split, and we chose XGBoost model. Now the modeling step came up, and as you know that we chose XGBoost model, and we also selected three commonly used hyperparameters, which were n estimators, max depth, and learning rate. And we used grid search CV method to find optimal hyperparameters, and the best values were 305 and 0.1. And finally the results part. Now results on our test validation data, the MSE was 0.09, mean absolute error was 0.2, and R squared value was 0.95. We also checked that model is not suffering from the over and under prediction. That was a good good insight. And then finally the results on the 10-fold cross validation were this one, and our mean R squared was 0.95 and standard deviation of R squared was 0.0064. Now finally we found the feature importance. We did the feature importance as well, and we found our year, working day, month, weather, temp were some of the most important features for this model. So what the next step what we are planning to do is to copy all those things and paste it into our chat GPT, and we will going to ask chat GPT to write like 3-page report and outlining all of the some of the important thing. And let's see what are some of the things chat GPT will going to suggest us in this 3-page report. So let's copy this part and go to our chat GPT, copy here, and let's ask or let's tell them to chat GPT to write 3-page report. Write a 3-page report for MS Word document, and outline all of the below things we did, and let's see what it comes. So right now it has outlined some of the important thing. Page 1, introduction and data overview, title, introduction, data overview. Then page 2 would be data pre-processing, exploration, and modeling. So data pre-processing, data exploration, one hot encoding, data preparation, modeling. Page 3 would be model evaluation, results, and the conclusion, which will be model evaluation, over and under prediction, cross validation, and feature importance, conclusion, recommendations and future work, acknowledgement, and references. So what we will do, we will ask is to write the 3-page report on all the outline topics. So write a 3-page document for all the above topics. So let's see what ChatGPT will going to write here. So we can see that first it's providing the introduction and the title, then it's mentioning about the data overview, and it has mentioned the rows and the columns and their description. The page 2, it's suggesting to write data pre-processing, exploration, and modeling, and we can see that in the data pre-processing, ChatGPT has mentioned the missing values, count, and holiday method to replace the target variable. And then the data exploration. Third would be key findings from data exploration, the data visualization task what we did, and it has mentioned all the insights what we have received. Then they have also mentioned the one hot encoding and the feature engineering step as well. Then the data preparation and for modeling 70-30, and the XGBoost model was chosen for regression. Then the final page, which is page 3, they have mentioned the model evaluation and the sum of the results and the feature importance step. And in the conclusion, the predictive model for bike rental sales demonstrate strong performance with a high R squared value and the low error metrics. The model doesn't exhibit over or under prediction. The top contributing features include hour, year, and working day. And the recommendations and future work. Further enhancement and fine tuning of the model can be explored. Continuously monitoring and updating the model with new data can improve. I felt that recommendations and feature work is not very clear. So let's ask Chat GPT to add some more details on the recommendations and future work. Our topic was not complete, and add some of the statistical or data science or machine learning functionality to improve our existing model So let's see what ChatGPT will going to suggest here. So it's asking recommendations and future work, feature engineering, hyperparameter tuning, ensemble methods, outlier detection, or feature selection. And the future work and extension, that would be a good thing, that this particular algorithm what we have written from end to end can be extended to some other applications as well, like for example for time series analysis or demand predictions, real-time integration, customer segmentation, and so on. But the recommendations, again, what they have given looks to be very generalized. They have not mentioned any methods as such, like for example for feature engineering, what other methods we can use, or for hyperparameter tuning, or for ensemble methods, what other methods we can select. They have not mentioned. But then it could be a good idea, when you build your own report, you can ask, or the Chat GPT, that provide very specific generic examples rather than provide very standard responses on that. So there are finally, like I think next steps, this is the one thing, the two things which they have not mentioned in the report, which is next steps for improving model performance and conclusion. So let's ask the final thing from the Chat GPT before we wrap up our video and the course as well. So let's ask, write next steps for improving model performance and the conclusion. I know you will going to say that recommendations would look very similar to write next steps for improving model performance. Let's see when we change the verbiage of a same thing, how ChatGPT will going to respond. So certainly there are next steps for improving. So here also we can see that it has provided some specific examples, like for fine tuning Bayesian optimization to identify optimal hyperparameters. For ensemble methods, they are suggesting random forest or stacking. They have also suggested some advanced algorithms or time series modeling like LSTM, data augmentation, and outlier detection, and so on. And at the same time, they have also provided the conclusion of the whole work as well. So this can be also very useful. Again, it looks to be very verbose. We can reduce the number of words, but I think for this video, for this example, that could be good enough. So this is how we can build our machine learning model using ChatGPT in just matter of 30 minutes to 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending upon the complexity. And you can see it's literally like when you work with ChatGPT, it's literally like somebody in front of you is helping you, is providing you all the details, and giving you all the coding part of it which you need to create your machine learning model. So that's pretty much from this video and the course, and I hope that you have liked the course. I hope that this course has provided you some value which can be going to be very helpful and insightful in your day-to-day work. So thank you again, and hope to see you in my some other course. Till the time, enjoy ChatGPT and building your machine learning model. Thank you.